Hello, 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 hello. Round three. Right, so this chili here, I'm going to review. I'm just going to give a quick introduction on it. This one's the Remmert pod, the Remmert chili, and up until about 2 weeks ago, I wasn't actually allowed to say what this pod was, where it came from, who grew it originally. So we are now, so that's great. This pod was grown here in New Zealand, in Nelson, by my mate Troy from Rada Farm, and he's done an absolute monstrosity of a job on that. That is a wicked looking pod. So about this is the Remmert chili, and it's named after the creator, Jeff Remmert, who's also created the Deadpool. And I think this is the freaking nature of the Deadpool plant. I could be wrong on that. I'm pretty sure he crossed a 7-pot Carolina Reaper long with a chocolate bootla. Chocolate bootla is one of my favourite chilies. And he got the Deadpool, I'm pretty sure. And then one day he noticed the chocolate pod on that plant. Pretty sure that's what the story is, where this came from, and he's taken seeds out of that, and now this is the Remmert pod, which is grown out. So very nice work, Jeff. I really love the shape of this. These do sometimes have a little tail as well, and that's the Reaper. So it's a 7-pot cross Carolina Reaper long, crossed then with a chocolate bootla, and this bad boy happened. So the Scoville heat rating on these, I've looked online, everybody's saying they're well over 2 million, close to 3 million and all that, but there's no way it's that hot. I mean, it hasn't been tested, but I doubt it's anywhere near 3 million, even 2 million, I'd say. So you're probably talking 1 point. I'm not even going to say, because I don't know. All I know is they are hot. So I'm just going to smash this back, and I'll give you a 4-minute afterburn. Yeah, I'm looking forward to this. I hope it absolutely sets me on fire. I did review this with my mate John, and they were smaller pods. John's done his one yesterday, so I'm going to do mine now. And it's still, my one's still pretty good. I've had it at the back of the fridge. So yeah, this is the last one. I'm sure Troy will probably send more. But yeah, let's get into it. The Remmert pod, grown by Rada Farm, created by Jeff Remmert in the US. Good man. Cheers. Instant heat. Oh, I've actually got smokiness straight away. Look at the oils in that bad boy. Tin-walled pepper. Nice big placenta. I've sort of eaten the placenta and kind of bit it out. Don't let the dog get that one. Wow. Wow. Instant heat. I got like a smoky taste, which is, I think my tolerance is so high at the moment, same with my mate John. We're getting all these flavours from these pods that you wouldn't have got 3 years ago. The heat's still building on it. Man, I'm always getting seeds at the back of my throat. I'm probably at a 2 already, straight away, instant 2, and my tolerance is pretty high at the moment. Flavour wise, man, I've got smoky. It's got that was a bigger pod than the last one I done with John. I've got quite a nice earthy, kind of strong earthy taste, and that's it's starting to, the flavour is kind of coming up my neck, all going on my tongue, and that's actually gone quite sweet. Man, that is a pod. There's the dog. There you go. You do not want to eat that. Even if I'm telling you, if you're only up to a ghost pepper level heat, do not eat that pepper. That is going to wreck your morning, your afternoon, your night, and the next day probably. Capsaicin cramps, toilet, probably throwing up everywhere, you name it. Absolute belter of a pod. I love it. Well done, Jeff, and definitely try, mate. Growing some scorchers this year. I just hope that pepper is going to be sort of allowed to go to other chili heads to try. But definitely wouldn't want that pepper getting in the wrong hands. People that think they're able to handle their spice and then they eat that and then this, yeah. Starting to burn the back of my throat. It's gone to a 3. It's gone to a 3. It's probably going to get me to a 4, maybe a 4. I did have a big dinner, so that's just going to sit on my food now nicely. Hopefully it doesn't give me a cramp. But I'm so happy that you're able to grow these, Troy, and everything's sort of okayed with Jeff in the States. It's been a long time coming before New Zealand actually had some fresh new peppers. You know, you kind of get sick of the Reapers and the ghost peppers and the scorpions, and I've done about 260. I think I'm up to 265. That's my third Remmert, but I think I'm sitting at 265 different types of peppers, super hots. I've been eating chilies for 11 years now, super hots. So I haven't even counted from back 10 years ago when I first started doing pods from Fire Dragon chilies. On the list that I've got now, it's not. So I could be up past 300 pods now. But that's got me to a 4, Troy. It's got me to a 4. My tolerance is pretty high. What a pod. I mean, he crossed a 7 pot with a Carolina Reaper long, and then decided to cross that with a chocolate bootla. You're an evil man, Jeff. I love it. I love it. Great pod. That's well peaked. Sort of rambling on a bit now. It's actually left a smoky kind of flavour in my mouth, almost like it's going to sound a bit strange, but almost like a kind of smoky paprika kind of taste. Don't know if anybody's got that from a pod before, but that's slowly kind of creeping down into my gut now. So hopefully my big dinner is after sorting that out for a cap cramp later. Don't know. I can handle a pod, but my stomach's not able to. I always get cramps. Yeah, that got me to a 4. Great job, Jeff Remmert, and absolute better job, Troy, for sorting all this out to get this pod, get these seeds here from the States, man. Absolutely brilliant. Thank you very much for all the pods, Troy, and thank you, Jeff Remmert, for growing that beast. It's a great pod. It's up there in the top 10 for me, so in the top 5 I'll probably number 3 at the minute. So have a great night. Thank you very much for all the support, and I'll catch you tomorrow. Cheers.